Good morning, students. Myself, Anita Kanwar, TGT Science. So, let us continue with our first chapter, that is crop production and management. In this chapter, we have done about various agricultural practices that are being done by a farmer in his field in the series of sowing crops. So far we have done preparation of field, we have done sowing, we have done irrigation. Now the next topic is protection from weeds. So children, what are weeds? Weeds are the undesirable plants that grow into a field along with the main crop, and they are not desired at all, and they cause harm to the crop as they compete with the main crop for sunlight, water, nutrients and space. Thus they affect the growth of the crop. They interfere even in harvesting, and they may be poisonous for animals and human beings too. So farmers adopt many ways to remove these fields and control their growth. They adopt two ways. One is manual method. The manual method includes physical removal of weeds by uprooting them or cutting them close to the ground from time to time. This is done with the help of a khurpi or a seed drill. About seed drill, we have read about this seed drill while preparation of field, and that is when we were doing plowing and while sowing also. This seed drill is used. Here seed drill is used for uprooting the weeds also. So weeds can also be controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. One of the example of weedicide is 2,4-D. Full form of 2,4-D is dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. And nowadays farmers are using neem extract also to control weeds. These weedicides are sprayed in the field to kill the weeds. They do not damage the crop. They are sprayed in the field by using a sprayer. So look at this person who is spraying weedicide using sprayer. So these weedicides have harmful effect on the person handling it or spraying it. So a person who is spraying this weedicide in the field, he or she should cover their nose and mouth with a piece of cloth during spraying of these chemicals, as these chemicals are harmful. Now the next topic is harvesting. So children, what is harvesting? It is the cutting of crop after it is mature. So it is harvesting. In harvesting, crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. It takes about 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. Harvesting in our country is done either manually or by using machines. By manually, it is done with the help of a sickle. As you are seeing in this picture, a person is handling sickle in his hand. Sickle is a C-shaped instrument, and harvesting is done by using harvester also. Nowadays harvester is combined with a machine called thresher also. So it does both of the work of a harvester and thresher. So it is called combined machine. So threshing is the separation of grain from the chaff, and by using combined machine the threshing and both this harvesting is done. Here I am sharing the pictures of various threshers using nowadays. Children, look here the pictures of threshers that are being used nowadays. Now what Paheli is saying, she is saying after harvesting sometimes stubs are left in the field which are burnt by farmers. She is worried about it. She knows that it causes pollution. It may also catch fire and damage the crops lying in the fields. So burning of the stubs which are left in the field by farmers cause air pollution. It causes a lot of smoke which poses health hazards for us also, and causes many breathing problems in human beings. Now farmers with small holdings of land do the separation of grain and chaff by winnowing. You must have seen your mothers doing winnowing of grains before getting it you must have seen your mothers doing winnowing before getting the grain converted to flour by grinding it. So this is a winnowing machine shown here which is used by farmers for winnowing, that is separation of grain and chaff. Now here's about harvest festivals. After 3 or months of hard work, there comes the day of the harvest. So farmers celebrate this day as festival in many states of India. Various harvest festivals are celebrated, like Baisakhi is celebrated in Punjab, Bihu is celebrated in Assam, Pongal is celebrated in Tamil Nadu, and Nabanya it is celebrated in Bengal. These are all harvest festivals. Here the people of India celebrate this harvest season in their own way in the form of harvest festivals. Now after harvesting, here comes the turn of storage, that is storing the grains so that they remain safe from moisture, insects, rats and microorganisms. As the fresh crop has a lot of moisture, so it cannot be stored without drying. If it is stored without drying, that it may get spoilt or attacked by microorganisms, thus causing degradation in their quality. So before storing them, these grains are properly dried in the sun to reduce moisture present in them. So farmers store the grains in silos and granaries to protect the grains from pests like rats and insects. So here I am sharing the pictures of silos and granaries here. Children, you are seeing here the pictures of silos. So silos are tall towers on a farm. They are used for storing grains, whereas granaries are large buildings for storing grains or husk for animals. I am sharing the pictures of granaries also. Look at the pictures of granaries here. Here you can see some modern and ancient granaries where the grains are stored safely. For storing grains, dried neem leaves are also used by farmers for storing grains at home. For storing grains in large quantities in big godowns, specific chemical treatments are done by the farmers to protect them from pests and microorganisms. Now, next topic is food from animals. Children, we get there are two main sources of our food, that is plants and animals. So from plants we get these grains, fruits, vegetables and a lot of things, and from animals we also get a number of food items like milk. What else? Honey. What else we get? Meat, flesh, eggs. So all these things we get from animals. So you have to complete this table. You have to mention the food item and the sources from which it is obtained. So children, a lot people living in the coastal areas, they consume fish as a major part of their diet. In previous classes you have learnt about the food that we get from plants and about food that we get from animals also. So we must have seen in the series of crop production, it involves a number of steps like selection of seeds, sowing, etc. Similarly, animals reared at home or in farms have to be provided with proper food, shelter and care. This is done on a large scale and this is called animal husbandry. So children, fish is good for health. It is having vitamin D. It provides us with vitamin D, and we get this vitamin D from cod liver oil, which we obtain from fish. So we get a lot of other nutrients also from animals. So children, this is all about our chapter. Here are the keywords given. So go through these keywords and try to write their definitions after searching in the chapter. And this is about the summary of the chapter. Go through the summary and revise the chapter once again. So children, this is all for today. Have a nice day.